Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Victory Talk. I am your host, Lady J. I'm so excited about tonight's show. I know that it's been a beautiful day and you guys have just enjoyed the weather and you're getting situated and settled down. But I want you just to take a few minutes and just text somebody, tweet somebody, call somebody, email somebody, shout out Victory Talk is on, and come on and get yourself situated and let's just have some chat. It's going to be an awesome show tonight. We have some powerful guests. Our brother Chauncey has been with us before. Chauncey the trainer has been with us before. But this other young lady, this sister that I'm going to share with y'all tonight, man, she got a powerful story. Her testimony. Woo! I mean, I knew a little bit about her through Shay Brown because it's our Fit for Life segment. But what I've done in my research and my background and reading her bio, this sister, whoa, is she powerful. So I'm so excited to be able to share with you her tonight. But before we go into, I'm not even going to tell y'all who she is for those of you who don't know. I'm not going to share it just yet. I want to do some house cleaning. So tonight we are opening up our toll-free line that you can call in. You can ask questions. You can chat. You can, share, ask Chauncey any questions, ask our special guests any questions, or share with them. So tonight our toll-free chat line is 978-990-5014. The access code is 502-6048. And our producer is over here and he's doing stuff for me. And I'm going to ask him if he can type that in for me when he gets a second. But once again, just to make sure that I didn't go too fast, I'm going to repeat it again because I know Lady J can talk a little fast sometimes. 978-990-5014. And the access code is 502-6048. You got it? Awesome. All right, so let's go. Tonight, our special guest is a mother. She is a bodybuilder. She is a fitness trainer. She is a HIIT instructor, and an online fitness coach. I'm trying to tell y'all, this woman is can I share your age? Can I share? Okay. She is a 50-year-old bodybuilder. She is phenomenal and she looks amazing. I didn't get her permission to share their pictures before her before picture, but I did see some of her before pictures, so I can't share that with you, and I wish I had gotten her permission. But her before picture, I was in awe of where she was and where she is. And I can only imagine, what she went through on her journey. Lisa Maria, a 50-year-old bodybuilder. I am inspired by you. I stand in awe. When I tell you the sister's story is, it's you will be, I'm going to let her share it, but you're just going to be in awe. So without anything further, and before we bring up Lisa Maria, let's just jump over to Chauncey the trainer. Come on, producer, jump over to Chauncey the trainer. Chauncey, say hey to everybody and share whatever you want shared before we get into.
Happy to be here again, and I'm happy to listen to Lisa's story this evening because I know she's going to bless the listening and the watching audience with unbelievable testimony. So without any further ado, I want to hop right to Lisa so we can bless this video and bless the mic.
All right now, Lisa, sis, you had folks on the line before we even got on air, okay? So we have online with us already Stephanie, we have Jay Thomas, and we have Winnie Hopkins. Winnie, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So, sister, you already got some folks online. So, come on, Lisa, share with us, share with the viewers. Tell us about Lisa Marie.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Lisa Maria. I am 50 years old. I'm a mother of two. I have two daughters, ages 31 and 20. I'm going to start with my journey, how I got started into bodybuilding. I started out in 2015. I've always been active. I've always, did 5Ks, running and everything. So I wanted to take it a step further because hypertension, stress, anxiety, stuff like that runs through my family. So my brother, around many years ago, he had got diagnosed with diabetes, and he was suffering from diabetes and died at a very young age of diabetes. So I knew that I did not want to get sick. So I had to take control over, my life. So I researched trainers and in gyms and got me a trainer, started working out with a trainer and everything. And it was real difficult. It was hard starting out, because starting out back then, I was 230 pounds. And nobody even thought that, they didn't even believe that I was that heavy. And I think because I carried the weight so good, because I was still active and doing things before I went into bodybuilding. So I went into bodybuilding, started working out every day, and my life was not balanced. I was all over the place. At that time, my youngest daughter, she was still in high school, and she was playing basketball. So I was in between working two jobs, trying to run to her basketball games, trying to train in the gym. And also around that time, my mother was diagnosed with dementia. So I had to become her caregiver. So I was at 50 places at one time, but I didn't realize the stresses that was on me. So I'm running here, I'm running there. I had help, a little bit of help, but at that time, my youngest sister, she was pregnant and she was having some complications and stuff. So I had to come in 100 and take care of my mother. My mother lived in Turner Station. I lived in Cockeysville. So I was back and forth on the highway and trying to get my daughter to school on time. And it was very stressful, and I didn't understand, and I didn't know what my body was going through at that time. And I wasn't sleeping because, I had to put my mother to bed, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, start getting her breakfast together, her lunch together, wash clothes. I was just doing so much with so little help. And long story short, I had a stroke. I had ended up having a stroke behind all of this. And I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel nothing. I didn't even feel it coming. I was on 695 leaving from my mother's house, had just had breakfast with my daughters, and I was talking to my nephew, and he said, "Auntie, why you talking like that?" And I said, "I don't know." And so I told him, I said, "Nephew," I said, "I can't see, but I heard horns blowing, at me." So he said, "Auntie, pull over and tell me where you at." So I looked up and it said Perrin Parkway. And after that, I pulled down the mirror and my whole face just dropped. And after that, I don't remember anything. When I woke up, I was at GBMC Hospital, and they were telling me that I had a stroke. And I was so at odds with it because I'm like, me, I work out every day. I think I'm eating good. Like, no, this can't happen to me. And they explained, you know, everything, you know, with the stress, because I had to take all these different tests and everything, and I failed everything. Like, my pressure was hitting up in the 300s, and they couldn't elevate my pressure. And I still wasn't feeling anything. I was just sitting there talking to the doctor, and he was like, "Are you sure you okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine." So they was trying different medications on me to see what was going to bring my pressure down. So after, you know, stayed a couple days in the hospital and everything, they had released me. You know, it was a wake-up call for me to really sit down and balance out my life. You know, like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to be able to take care of my mother, take care of my home, take care of my daughter, you know, and still take care of myself? Because you can go in the gym all day, work out or whatever, but if you're not mentally there and you're not doing the other things to take care of yourself, you're going to hurt yourself. So I just, that's when I had decided with my sister to get more help for my mother, and we ended up putting her in a nursing home. But through all of this, through the whole from 2015 to now, you know, it has just been a roller coaster, you know, trying to get Lisa right, you know, and I think when I turned 50 is when I could sit down and I can actually say that my life is the way it should be, because I don't have drama. I don't let nothing stress me out. I don't let not one thing stress me out. Yes, I have my moments. I'm human where, you know, I might cry or something like that because I lost my mother, you know, just this past April. So, you know, I'm still going through that grieving process. But when I get to that point, it's like joy comes over me, you know. And at first I didn't understand. I'm like, you know, why when I cry, all of a sudden I start laughing? And I remember a prayer that I had. I said, you know, God, the day that you come and you take mama home, don't let me fall backwards. Allow me to keep moving forward so I can be able to help other family members and myself. And I think that every time I try to fall backwards, he like pushes me forward, or she just comes and, you know, and push me forward, you know, because it's been, you know, like all my clients, they always say, well, I don't know how you do it. You know, I can't work out. I'm tired of it. We get tired too. I know Chauncey, you know, he gets tired. We are human, you know, we get tired too. But when you have a goal and you are on a mission and you know what you want and you have a passion for what you're doing, you're going to keep on going. God is going to give you that strength to just keep it moving, and you're going to be able to know how to balance out your life. And I think that's one good thing. He set my army up of individuals that's in my life. You know, he directed me to Chauncey when I needed another trainer. And Chauncey not only is our trainer, like, he actually have conversations with you. Whereas though I've seen trainers in the gym, they're telling, you know, their clients, do this, do this, do this. And next thing you know, they out the door. But he has personal conversations with you, one-to-one conversations with you. And he not only teach you about, you know, bodybuilding and working out and stuff, he teaches you about other life experiences, you know, life things that we need, you know. And I try to do that with my clients, you know, as well, you know, because it's rough. It's really rough. So that's a little bit.
So let me ask, well, before I ask a question, let me ask you this. So it sounds like you didn't have any prelim symptoms. It sounds like you didn't have anything that led up to this stroke. It sounds like you was already,
No.
you know, eating healthy and working out.
I didn't have no symptoms at all, no blurry vision, nothing. I mean, I think because I was under so much stress and I was just like a robot, I was back and forth, I may have had some symptoms and didn't know it. Because at that time, I was a PE teacher at an alternative school for juveniles. And that was a very stressful job. Like, we restrained all day, every day. And so dealing with that and then rushing home and dealing with what I had to deal with, I think I did go through something, but just couldn't pinpoint it. You know how sometimes we feel.
Lisa, we lost sound with you. We lost sound with you. So try to fix that, and then, but in the meantime, I'm gonna jump over and we're gonna hear from Stephanie. Stephanie, did you have a question or a comment?
Well, I used to work out with Lisa. I'm her old coworker, and she still keeps me in the loop of things. But when I hear her story, I feel like, my schedule and everything. I'm not asking for working out, but I just can't seem to find the time because I am working a full-time job. I've got a part-time job, and I am trying to finish up an internship that's that theme. I'm going to finish it, but it's just hard right now. So my goal is to not work 2 jobs. Once I finish my internship, I can, scale back. But I do want to try to get myself back into the groove of things and working out. But, her story seems a little similar to mine for us to schedule goals in terms of doing all these things. It's just being all over the place in a sense of just doing what I'm doing.
Lisa, did you hear from Stephanie? Could you hear Stephanie? What?
And it's really hard. It is hard when you're trying to take care of your household and you're working and everything and you're going back and forth. But what I always tell my clients, and I do it myself, you gotta find some time for yourself. You need that mental break where you could just break away and do stuff. And it took me a long time to figure it out. But I say, like, if you're working in an office and you have your own desk, get up, stand up at your desk and do some toe touches, do some leg raises, walk around the building, write those exercises down, at least 5 exercises. Then before you know it, you undid a whole routine on your lunch break. When I'm here, because I'm working at home, I bought me a portable desk that I can raise up and down, so I'm standing up a lot. So I'm constantly doing squats. I'm constantly moving around. I go outside for a walk or something. You have to take that time for yourself, because if you don't, you're going to break. At some point, you are going to break. So you have to. And then a lot of times when people are doing that, they're not eating right. Your eating is all off. Your sleeping is all off. So you have to find some time where you can break and you can take care of yourself.
Let me ask you this.
Just me, Lisa.
Hey, Steph.
So mental health wise, she said Stephanie Thompson.
Yeah.
Mental health wise, so because it didn't sound as if it didn't sound like you had mental health concerns prior to this, as if there was a whole lot of other stresses prior to you going through with your mom and your daughters and trying to get yourself on an even keel. So how did you get yourself focused, I should say?
I've always had, even knowing that my family members suffer with hypertension and diabetes, and seeing the fear that my brother had of taking his insulin until he had got to the point where he's not taking it no more. I don't care what happens to me. And my brother used to bodybuild also, and he was very fit. And he just felt that if he continued on working out and doing what he was doing, that he didn't have to take no insulin. Like, I'm not doing it. I got a fear of needles. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I cannot become a diabetic because I would die. If they didn't put the pump on me, I would die because I would not stick myself. So this makes me keep on going and doing what it is that I need to do to for my health and my fitness. Now, I do have hypertension. You know, I am on high blood pressure pills, and I haven't had a problem with my blood pressure since, you know, my stroke. So it's been really good, but we're going to keep me on the pills because when I wasn't on the pills and I was going for my checkups and stuff like that, I didn't have no problem. And all of a sudden it just like, it shot up. So it's like a fear thing. So, you know, but other than that, you know, that's what keeps me going, thinking about my family members. My mother was a diabetic. I have an older sister right now that's a really bad diabetic, and just watching them and you know, being sick all the time, I can't go down that route. I can't.
So Lisa,
can I be heard? Can someone hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Who am I talking to?
This is PA, and I just want to tell Lisa I love her. She trains me. She actively trains me now, and I'm just here to support her. And everything that she's talking about, I watch. I see her. I see her day in and day out, and I see what she does. So I'm here to support her and tell her I love her. And yeah, we got to work out tomorrow at 8 a.m.
You hear, Lisa?
Yes.
Jay, are you there? Jay, Jay Thomas, are you still with us? Okay. So Jay, while we're waiting for Jay to come back, let me ask you a question, Lisa, because I hear and so many people too often think that, okay, because I'm
here. Jay Thomas is here.
Okay, hey Jay, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. This is Lady J, and we're on with Chauncey the trainer and Lisa Maria. Did you have a question or a comment that you wanted to share?
I want to comment.
Okay.
So I want to thank God, number one. I want to thank God for Lisa. I met Lisa probably over 15 years ago. And let me tell you, she's been a true blessing. And her testimony is immense and is real. And I gotta thank God for her just being a friend to me, an inspiration. And just one quick thing, I'm not going to take a lot of time. In life, we have a tendency to get so caught up in things that we're doing, normal things in life that we're doing. We have a tendency to lose track of our own selves. And in that, the sheer unselfishness that Lisa possessed and that she displayed, not only did she say it, she shows it. And I can't stress enough how much of a blessing she's been to me personally. Lisa, I love you. Continue on your journey. You know I'm here for you. Anything you need, just let me know.
Thank you. Love you too. Aww.
Awesome. We have some comments online.
Well, I have to say, I can't sit quietly. This is Wendy. I can't sit quietly because Lisa is such an inspiration to me. She's like a sister to me. And when we started out at a job together, and we would sit down and talk, and we always had inspiring stories for one another. And I remember her when she started out on this journey. But I want to say to you, Lisa, we had similarities in our lives when it came to our parents. I was going through with my father. I juggled, I risked, I ran. And I'm just inspired by your ability to press forward, because I wasn't able to press forward when I lost my father. I dipped down, but I'm going to say that the blessing was I kept saying, I got to get myself back. I've always had good self-esteem. I always took care of myself, but things went left, and I got a little out of control. And I remember reaching out to you, Lisa, and you said, whenever you're ready, I'm here. And I just think that God is just so amazing, because he used you to call me or to send me a text the other day. And when you sent that text, it came in the nick of time, because I was just sitting here saying that I need to get myself back out there. I got to take me back. I got too much to live for, and I just want to get out and on my feet. And Lisa sent me a text message telling me she wanted to see me in class. So I'm committed to attending that class, because she's so inspirational. I think she looks stunning, and this is a new health. This is going to be a new healthy kick for me. It's not going to be just for me to lose weight. I'm just going to get back in it because I want to live healthier, and I'm going to do that through Lisa. So I just wanted to tell you that you're inspirational, and I love you very much, Lisa. And I'm going to support you in everything that you do.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Lisa, I have a couple comments online that I want to share. We have a Victoria Green online, and she says, how do you find time to incorporate exercise in your daily routine? I think you mentioned that a few minutes ago, but if you want to share that again so that others may hear it. Lisa?
What I normally do, how I start, I'm going to tell you how I start off my day. My job, I do social work, so I work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. But I get up at 4 a.m. and I start work at 5. So days that I have to go and work out and I have to be in the gym, like say with Chauncey at 5:30, I go, do what I have to do, get up at 4, do what I have to do with him, and then I come back and I continue out with my day. My day is routine. You have to sit down and you have to organize how you're going to be able to complete your whole entire day. And like Jerry, he would tell you, like, I'm on point with everything. Like by 10 o'clock, I'm taking my lunch break at 10 o'clock because I'm getting ready to head to Fort Washington and go and work out with my trainer out in Fort Washington. I could get back at 1:30. I run in here, I sit down at the computer, and I'll work until like 8 o'clock at night. So, you know, I'm still being a robot, but by 9:45, I'm in the bed. 10 o'clock, the lights are off. I'm done for the night. I do this every single day. And like I said, you have to sit down, you know, on a Sunday when you don't have anything to do and just figure it out. Like, how am I going to start my day? Like, I know that I have this to do and this to do on this day. So how am I going to be able to take care of myself? And taking care of myself means that I got to get up an extra 2 hours early to get my workout in. That's exactly what I'm going to do, because people say all the time, oh my God, I seen y'all working out at 5:30 in the morning. I would never. Okay, that's what I have to do to live. And if I go to the doctor and the doctor saying, if you don't do X, Y, Z, you're going to die. Trust and believe. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and be in the gym. I might be a little late, but I'm going to get in the gym early and do what it is I have to do. So you got to have that determination. You got to push. You got to push yourself. Yes, it's getting cold outside. Those some second second layers on and go out and do what it is that you have to do, but you have to sit down and figure it out how you're going to balance yourself and keep it going every single day, because my schedule never changed. And I got a little side job. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I go to my little side job at night. So, I just have to, excel and do what it is that I need to do.
Now, and then she also has another question. Another question. She says, with the fear of watching your family and their illnesses, do you question why you have high blood pressure, especially with you doing all the right things?
I think the high blood pressure actually came on. Well, let me start this. Within my life and in everybody's life, we all have dealt with some type of traumatic experiences, and I have had a lot of stuff that I have been through in my life. From, I've suffered depression, anxiety, physical abuse, mental abuse, loss of loved ones, you name it. I mean, a divorce. I mean, like a lot of different things. And, and in dealing with, all of that, we keep stuff just bottled up inside of us. And we go to the doctors, once a year, you get your physical or whatever. Okay, you go to the doctors, get your physical. Your pressure may be good that day that you go in there, but who's to say the next day or whatever, your pressure day. So what I'm saying is I may have had some issues going on with myself, and I'm pretty sure I did. I was 230 pounds, and I'm only 5'2", so I was thick. So I'm pretty sure that I did have some things, but because I was always moving around and I'm just busy all the time, I couldn't pinpoint the symptoms of it. And yes, right now I'm feeling fine at 50, no aches, no pain. I'm doing more than probably any 50-year-old probably can do, or 21-year-old can do. But because I had the stroke and my blood pressure was that high, I choose to stay on the medication. I choose to stay, and it's not going to hurt me. It doesn't hurt me getting up and taking one pill. What's one pill? It's no harm, for that. I eat right. I eat plant-based. I'm a pescatarian. So I know that I'm healthy. So I hope that answered her question.
Did someone? Hello. Hi, caller. Okay. I thought one of our callers had something they wanted to share. So let me ask you this: how was recovering from the stroke? And as you recovered, did your blood pressure go completely down, or did your blood pressure reach a plateau, and that's you use the medication to help you keep it stabilized?
Okay, you're going to think I'm crazy when I say this. So, the day that I got out the hospital, I had went to my mom's, and my mom didn't know what had happened. Nobody told her where I was at. She just thought I was home. So, when I got to her house, she said, "Where you been? You been home? You been gone a long time." So I had, sat her down, and I had told her, what happened to me and everything, and she had she cried, and she said, it was her fault because I'm doing so much, and I was like, no, it's not your fault. So I started changing my clothes. So she said, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm going running." She said, "Are you serious?" She said, "You just got out of the hospital." I said, "And I'm going running." So I ran from her house all the way down to Merritt Boulevard. It was just like I couldn't stop running. And the doctors told me, "Go home and rest." But I was like, it's something was just telling me, no, you don't need to rest. You can keep on going. I ran from her house all the way to Merritt Boulevard, and I just kept running. Then I turned around and came back. I ran like that day probably like 6 or 7 miles or whatever. But the recovery for me was smooth. You know, I kept up with my appointments with my doctor. My pressure was elevated. Of course, you know, I incorporated, you know, fish oil pills and apple cider vinegar, you know, little stuff that they say will help you, you know, with, you know, certain things. But it was fine. I didn't have, now I will say that the memory part, sometimes, you know, I have to I be looking like this because I'm trying to figure it out, you know, and that's kind of a little delay. And they said that's because of, you know, from the stroke or whatever, but it's not, you know, it's not bad or anything like that. But other than that, I'm good.
So do you feel like that it was your drive to continue to exercise and maintain the routine that you had already developed? Do you feel as though that helped you in recovering from the stroke?
Yes, I will say, me being in the condition that I was in, and even the doctors had said that, they was like, you're in good condition. You know, I think that is probably one reason why the stroke, when it hit me, it didn't mess me up like it would do in somebody else, you know. So, and from that point, it just made me think of other ways like that I could deal with stress. I can help my mother. I can do things differently, so I won't never go back to, you know, where I was at. So that's why I said, you know, I let things roll off. You know, I don't let nothing stress me out anymore.
So there was another comment that came in and says, it sounds like your blood pressure issue came from your stress and not your salt intake from what you were eating. Do you find that to have been the case, or, you know, is there a combination of the two? What was your overall?
Back then, in 2015, I was still eating meat, you know, but I wasn't a heavy eater. I was never a heavy eater. I was never heavy on salt, like seasonings and stuff like that anyway, because my mother didn't cook. She wasn't a person that seasoned, you know, used a lot of seasonings and stuff. The stroke really came from the stress. And I'm not going to only say the stress of being a caregiver. I think with everything that had happened in my life, whether it was 10 years before that or whatever, I think everything just that one day just hit me, just came down. Because sometimes we don't, and especially with the African American culture, when tragedies hit our families, it's like, you don't deal with it. A lot of people don't go and seek, you know, counseling and, you know, and get the help that they need. So we keep everything bottled in us. And I think everything was just in me, and it just needed to come out. And sadly, it came out on me the way it did. But I thank God that it did release in me. It didn't damage me. It made me smarter. And I'm still standing right now. The things that, you know, somebody else may have had that same stroke and they're not even walking right now or talking properly. But me, you know, hey, on Sundays, I'm walking with Chauncey like 15 miles, and I'm in the gym lifting and doing all kinds of stuff. So, you know, I'm still moving.
Miss Victoria said, God has blessed you to be a blessing to others, and she thanks you for sharing your story. I want to ask you, and it's because maybe, I see some of your videos and I see your pictures or whatever. So I know that you have a lot of equipment in your home. How do you incorporate? So you have you work out with Fit for Life, you work out with Chauncey, you also a trainer yourself. So all of that. So are you doing all of this on, say, in one day, or do you have multiple, streams that you're, dabbling in at one time?
It was rough in the beginning. Because, at first when I was with my first trainer, I was working out in the evenings, late evenings after work. And then when I got with Chauncey, I started working out like 4:30 when I got off from work. But then I started picking up more clients, and my clients get off from work at the same time that I was getting off from work. So I just had to figure it out, and Chauncey was like, well, you could come in early. And I'm like, well, what's early? He was like 5:30. And I'm like, is he serious? He want me to get out my bed at that time? But then when I did it that one day, I continued, and it was convenient. It was convenient for me to work out in the morning, and then I can dedicate myself to my clients at 5 o'clock when they get to my house, or I meet them at their gym or whatever. And like right now, with COVID going on and everything, Zoom has been a blessing because it didn't affect my business at all. Actually, I got more clients, gravitating towards me because they want to do the workouts on Zoom and stuff. So I just, I had to sit down once again and say, okay, how I'm going to do these classes? All right, 3 classes. All right, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the evenings. I know that I can't do nothing on those days at 6 p.m. to 7. So my workouts with Chauncey, like I said, is early morning. It doesn't affect nobody. But my workout with my other trainer in Fort Washington is 11 a.m. to 12 noon. It still don't affect my clients, but I just take my lunch break because I can flex my time. I just take my lunch break, go do what I gotta do, then come on back home.
So let's talk about let's encourage our new beginners, those who are just getting up off the couch, just saying, okay, I need to do something. What would you encourage them to do to get started? They've lived a lifestyle of, couch potato, or, just going to work, coming home, cook dinner, take care of family, whatever. And they've decided, I need to do something to, do better for myself. I need to shed some pounds. I need to be, get off some of my medications. What would you encourage them to do?
With some of my clients, I would say to them, and some of them, some people would look at me and be like, why did you say that? I asked them, do you want to die? Do you want to die? Get up, walk around, don't give up on yourself, because I just told a person yesterday, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, strokes, heart attacks, they don't discriminate. They will jump on you like a thief in the night. You got to get up and move. You have to really be your own motivation to want to live. And I stress it to my clients. I stress it to my family members, that's suffering with diabetes. Like, do you want to die? The doctor's not going to put it like that, but I'm going to put it like that because I've seen individuals suffer, from that. If you got steps in your house, walk up your steps, go up, come down. You brushing your teeth, do leg raises. I mean, it's things that you can do right there in your house to start off. People say, well, I can't afford a trainer. I can't afford a gym membership. You can afford anything you want. We find money to afford anything that we want to buy, whether it's a handbag, hair, eyelashes, a new car, or whatever. But when it comes to taking care of self, people they want to shortchange. Why do you want to shortchange your life? You know, I want to live until God come down here and take me home. So therefore, I'm going to take care of my temple, do all that I can do for it, and live. Because if you go outside right now and your car don't start, and you get it towed to the mechanic, and he said $2,500, and your doctor told you yesterday that you got to go pick up your high blood pressure pills, which one do you think they're going to do? The individual going to do? They're going to go and come up with that $2,500 to get that car fixed, and they're going to skip out and put duct tape on the issue and not even worry about it. They're going to say, oh, I can take fish oil pills because I Googled it and it said that it will help my blood pressure. No, it doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work like that. So I just tell people just to get up, move those muscles, move around. You know, you don't need a gym membership. You don't need a trainer, you know, and live, you know, live. You know, I want to live and I want to be healthy and I want everybody to be healthy.
We had a question online to ask, how many hours a day do you work out?
When I work out with my trainer, it's only for 1 hour. But if we're like really working on something, it's like right now we're looking at, we say it's crunch time. And because I'm in a competition in May of next year. So you start like 6 months out, you know, prepping and getting ready. So everything now is harder. Like really harder, you know, attitudes are totally different. It's no smiles, you know, in the gym right now, no laughter, nothing. You just got to get this done. So sometimes it may be an hour, sometimes it may go over to like 15 minutes. And then at night, I do my cardio before I go to bed. So I'll either get on the treadmill, go to the track, run around my neighborhood, but I get some type of cardio in for 1 hour. You know, and that's every day. And I have a rest day on Mondays, but I work out 6 days a week.
And so can I ask you, you do your cardio at night. Does that not keep you up?
Just like I'm drinking coffee right now? Nope. Because my body tired. I'm ready, like literally when I finish my work day, and normally my workday ends at like 7 p.m. You know, even when I have to teach one of my classes, my body is so tired, it's ready for the bed. And I'm so, like I said, I'm so routine. I get my green tea, I go upstairs, I take my bath, and I'm in the bed, you know, by 9:45, lights out at 10 o'clock. So nothing keeps me, you know, it keeps me, you know, from getting my sleep because I need it.
Another comment was the hardest thing is to get started. What do you suggest? I know you just gave the talk on do you want to live, but how many times do people hear that? But that's not quite yet. They say yes, I want to live, but I just don't know where to start.
I think that a person needs to sit down and actually decide what is it that they are looking for. What are you trying to do? Make some goals. You know, I'm not big on goals because, you know, every time I will write them down and stuff like that, if I end up not succeeding at them, you know, I go all crazy and stuff. But sometimes goals work for people. You know, sit down and figure out exactly where you want to go at. What type? How much weight do you want to lose? You know, give yourself, say, okay, this is January. by September, I want to be down 20 pounds and stuff. And then once you figure that out, if you need a trainer, because a lot of people, they need a trainer. And I told someone today, I'm not a nutritionist. You need a nutritionist. Somebody that can get you on the path that you need and need to be on and monitor you. And sometimes people need that. And I tell them, go get a trainer, go get a nutritionist, research these things, but also keep in mind, we're not cheap. we're not cheap. You're going to pay for what you get. And a lot of times people say they don't know where to start and they don't, they go back and forth because they don't want to pay the money. They don't want to pay the money. So you have to just keep in mind that, okay, if I need this extra help and stuff, I'm going to have to give up something to be able to afford this over here. And health and fitness, you should never, ever shortchange that. Never shortchange that. So I would just tell a person, just, make out your goals of where you want to, be at in 5 years and how much weight you want to lose, and just get up and go for it.
Chauncey, do you have anything you want to comment tonight? You're quiet, sitting up in the cut.
I'm just sitting here listening to Lisa, but as it relates to how do you get started, you have to be selfish. You have to be selfish with your time. You need to find a time and a day that you can commit to yourself, to your exercise. Typically, we get up for two things. One, to go to work, the other to go to school. You need to get up, find the time. If you can get up for those two things, get up and exercise. Mm-hmm. You can go in circles trying to think of the right day, the right time of day, the right at the weather. Choose a time that you can commit to. If it's 5 a.m., then it's 5 a.m. If it's 7 p.m., then it's 7 p.m. Once you've committed to that time, then you try to find out if I can do it at least 2 to 3 times a week. Commit to it and then just begin. The easiest way people can tell you, and most people, is to start off with maybe 15 or 20 minutes of exercise. If it's not any specific comprehensive exercise, then go for a 15-minute walk. The next time you commit, go for a 20-minute walk. But the most important thing is to commit to a day. I got one little thing to say. 12 years ago, everybody wanted Michelle Obama arms. Remember, everybody wanted Michelle Obama arms. But a lot of people, when I told them how she got Michelle Obama arms, she committed to getting up at 3 a.m. before the girls were up, before Barack was up, and before her mother was up, because that was the only time that she can handle. I'm not telling you to get up at 3 a.m., but she had a goal, and she found the time that she could commit to and could commit to on a regular basis. So you have to find the time that you can commit to and that you know that you will do. If Lisa or I tell you 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. and you can't commit to it, we're not going to have a successful training session. You're not going to be successful. If you're not working with a trainer and you overcommit to 5 p.m. because you heard that's the great time to work out, you're not going to be successful. So find the time that you can commit to. That's all I have to say.
Mm-hmm. Now, producer has given me our 5-minute warning 2 minutes ago. But I just want to ask you, and either one of you is to answer this is fine. So for the person who's still, getting started, what do they do in adjusting their diet as well as, making a commitment and getting started, physically? The person who hasn't given up red meat yet, or, hasn't, seen the health benefits of it, they haven't found their way there yet. What do you suggest for them?
You want to answer that, Sean?
Either one of you.
Well, first, but I am not a certified dietitian or nutritionist. However, I can give nutritional and healthy eating suggestions. One of the keys is try to intake more fruits and vegetables. Try to eat more fruits and vegetables. Try to limit the meat to palm size, as small as you can. Try to limit your intake. Then, if you can afford it or work it into your budget, have a consultation with a dietitian or nutritionist. They can help you. And Google. We Google everything else. If you Google what are some good, healthy eating substitutes in the beginning of an exercise program, it can help you. Use the internet for other things than just surfing. It has a lot of great how do you get started with a nutrition or a fitness plan on there.
All right, I got to get this question. I got to get this comment in, well, question in real quick before we get off air. We got 2 minutes. The comment was, my problem is I get started, lose weight, and then lose motivation and slip back to square one. Give them some encouragement.
You gotta keep moving. A lot of times, I get a lot of women that come to me and they just want to lose 5 or 10 pounds just to get into that outfit or just to go to Miami or something like that. You have to keep moving. You have to look at it as a lifetime goal and not just a 5-minute goal. Just keep moving. You look beautiful. You're looking in the mirror. You have lost your weight. Okay, I want to look like this or better 5 years down the line. I want to look like this or better 10 years down the line. So just keep, I always tell people, always look in the mirror at yourself every morning at yourself and embrace that and just keep moving. Don't give up, because you always want to look better than you looked on Tuesday and then when you looked on Wednesday.
Chauncey?
I agree with what Lisa said.
I agree with what Lisa said. All right. Well, that would be our final question for the night. Callers, did you have anything before we shut the door? I think our callers are all gone.
I'm just going to tell you, Lisa, I can't wait for Monday.
I don't have anything else for
I'm excited about Monday, Lisa. It's winning.
Okay, I can't wait, Winnie.
Winnie, she gonna remember you said that. She gonna remember you said that. She gonna be like, you said you couldn't wait.
Look, I gotta take the bitter with the sweet. I'm ready.
She said she ready for you, Lisa. All right. What's that, Chauncey?
He's ready. Winnie's ready.
She said she ready. She ready. All right there.
I'm inspired when I see you guys out at the park on Saturday morning.
Yes, it is. It is inspiring. It absolutely is. It is truly inspiring. It's real inspiring, but y'all don't look out there for me. I keep on with my treadmill. I just keep on getting it in up in my house. All right, that is awesome. Okay, y'all. So that is our show for tonight. This has been truly exciting. Lisa, when you get an opportunity, go back and look at the comment threads, their comments. There's, people saying thank you. They appreciate you guys and having this conversation. And thank you for sharing your story. We just so appreciate you sharing your story tonight, your journey that you have. I won't say that you've gone through, but the journey that you're on has been inspirational to so many, and it's helping so many. So continue your journey and continue to share, because your light that you are shining on what you have gone through is going to help somebody and be a blessing to somebody else. And that's what Victory Talk is meant for. We are here to help empower, encourage, and to help lift one another up. Chauncey, I thank you. I thank you so much for joining in the conversation tonight. Fit for Life. Fit for Life is our supporters for every third Friday of every month. Our in-house Fit for Life guru, Shay Brown. She's not here with us, but
Brown.
Shay Brown. Thank you, Chauncey, the trainer, for stepping in and being in the conversation on her behalf. So I am your host, Lady J. I have enjoyed talking with those that were online tonight, as well as our special guests. And we look forward to next month in our next Fit for Life segment. I'm not going to tell y'all who it is. Y'all just got to tune in. You just got to tune in. So I am Lady J, your host for Victory Talk. I love you like no other. I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Enjoy your evening. Peace and blessings. Good night.